Welcome to My Green Pets. If you're a fan of flowers, buds, and all things green, you've come to the right place. Tomorrow's the first day of February, which in the Ohio Valley is known for being the worst month of the year as far as weather goes. But in the Japanese calendar, February signals the beginning of spring, and I'm all for that. And maybe you are too. Let's take a look at what's in bloom. Of course, you've seen the past couple of weeks, Oncidium maculatum has been in bloom. Last week I got a little bit curious and I pollinated one of the flowers just to see what it would look like. And as you can see here, it started to turn yellow and wither a bit, and the ovary started to swell, which is pretty interesting. One of the plants that gets kind of neglected during the winter is this Maxillariella tenuifolia, or Max 10. Let's move it onto the plant stand so you can get a better look at it. It is getting bigger and bigger, and it's starting to put out new pseudobulbs at the ends of its leaves, and hopefully those new pseudobulbs will be blooming with those coconut-scented flowers in the next few months. We didn't check on this guy last week. This is Mormodia Jumbo World, continuing to swell its little buds, and hopefully it will be popping open in the next few weeks. Astrid made a really cool video where she tracked the progress of this flower opening up, so you might want to check that out. Hers is pink though, and this one's going to be yellow. I recently had a question about the way my Stanhopea was potted. It's in a basket with sphagnum moss, but the basket sits inside a plastic pot during the winter so that the roots can stay moist. Bulbophyllum echinolabium has put on 9 new growths since I got it last year, and I will be very, very curious to see if this plant will finally bloom. Last summer I was really hoping to get a flower on it and I didn't see anything, so fingers crossed for this summer. In contrast, if you want to talk about reliable bloomers, these little Mormodia type slipper orchids, they bloom like clockwork. And they're pretty easy to grow too. We've been watching this Vanda for the past few weeks, and the spike is advancing slowly but surely. I guess we won't expect flowers on this for another month or so. Phalaenopsis season is fast approaching for My Green Pets. They tend to grow a little bit slower because the sunroom is kept pretty cool in the winter time. But usually by the end of February, we're going to start seeing the first blooms open up on these plants. Almost all my Phalaenopsis are discount rescue plants that were gotten from big box stores at pretty good discount. And they make a pretty good show when they're all in bloom. I'm looking forward to it. A couple of the orchids that had really brightened up the cold January month was this Zygopetalum and another slipper orchid. Both of them now have started to drop flowers. The Zygopetalum's completely done, won't bloom again until next year. And the slipper orchid, this Koopowitz, it's got 1 flower left, but once this spike fades, it won't bloom again probably for another 2 years, maybe 3. All you Orchid Board project participants from last year will recognize this guy, the bane of my collection. I've got several slipper orchids that haven't bloomed for me. Let's have a look at those. This is a Delinati cross, so it's got that beautiful leaf patterning above and beneath. Callosum is a species that's used in a lot of crosses, and it's showing some new growth there. And Magic Lantern is a pretty popular cross, probably because, one, the name is really attractive. I mean, Magic Lantern sounds amazing, right? But the flower is also just precious. This balloon-like pink puffy flower. It's just the cutest thing ever. I can't wait till this guy blooms one day. Alright, well, the last green pets we're going to look at today are these Clivias. They've been at winter rest for the past 3 months with no water. I just started watering them yesterday, and I'm looking for one of them to bloom, hopefully, in the next couple months. My Green Pets hopes that you've enjoyed your visit this week. Join us next weekend at the Missouri Botanical Garden for their annual orchid show and sale. This year's theme is Where Wild Things Grow, so we'll see you there.